There's a slight edge for the materials on the BREDs Reimagined versus these. Neither one of them are, you know, great quality or whatever, but it's decent, it's good. That's not a problem for me or whatever. But at first feel, you can feel it. It's straight, but at the same time, it ain't that great, just to be perfectly honest. All right, look, let's just get straight to the point. You guys know what this box is. Straight from Nike on the shock drop. Yes, I hit on the shock drop. I didn't say anything, but let's just open this up and get right to it, and just no fluff, no BS, and just let's dive into it. Bottom line, these shoes have been mass produced, okay? 1 million pair, everybody's hollering QC issues, problems, it's horrible, this and that. What do you expect with 1 million pairs? I mean, it's not gonna be the quality that it was once before years ago. I mean, I love Nike to death, but I'm gonna keep it real and be honest, it's all about the money right now. That's basically what it is. When you get down to it and you make over 1 million pair, you're gonna have some issues with some. You're gonna have some quality control issues. You're gonna have glue stains. You're gonna have this, you're gonna have that. This is not the first time. It's not gonna be the last. All I hear is everybody whining and complaining. Not everybody, and I'm generalizing, but all I'm saying is that it's bound to happen. So you may notice real quick that the video looks a little bit different. I went through the whole thing and I just realized my memory card was full. So I had to end up getting up and doing the video over. But anyway, back to what I was saying. These shoes, bottom line, were mass produced, over 1 million pairs. So they're gonna have QC problems, issues, or whatever. This is not the first time, it's not gonna be the last. Yes, we expect more. Yes, I love Nike, but at the same time too, you're gonna have to expect that. Everybody's crying QC issues, QC issues, QC issues. The bottom line is, and I'm not gonna sit here and go on and on and on and on. I'm not gonna hype up a shoe, or I'm not gonna say that there's problems, there's not problems. But listen, when we're talking about a mass GR, when you have over 1 million pair, 1 million pair, you're going to have issues. This is not the first time. This won't be the last. When you make something so many times, you're gonna have a margin of, let's say 25, 30%, where the shoes aren't gonna be the same, or the shoes aren't gonna match up to everything that's been produced. It's not gonna happen. That's all I've been seeing, people talking about the quality control issues, the issues and the problem. Is this the first time? No. Was this gonna be the last time? No. Nike is a huge company. I love Nike, got stock in Nike, and Nike wants to make money. But we, the consumer, want a good product. We, the consumer, want what we pay for. So there's a balance in between of them trying to satisfy us trying to be satisfied, them trying to make money. But you gotta remember, at the end of the day, it's a business. And yes, there's gonna be some issues. We all complain about the white cement threes and the elephant print. But the thing is that the elephant print has been off for years, but everybody wanted to bring it up during the time when the Reimagines because of the different issues. I'm looking at Katrina threes, international threes. I'm looking at white cement threes, black cement threes. I'm looking at a bunch of threes right now. And I'm looking at it, and a lot of the elephant print is different from one shoe to the other. It just is what it is. When you mass produce a shoe, you're not gonna have everything the same way. Yes, there's gonna be anomalies where it's gonna be like way off, but at the same time, you can't expect every shoe to be the same. Thank you for tuning into the channel. I'm Tori AKT with Drip TV. I appreciate you tuning to the channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you like sneaker content. Things have been a little hectic here lately. I haven't been able to put up videos like I wanted to. Again, I know I've said it before about my work schedule, but sometimes you get home, you get tired, and you just like, I gotta rest, whatever. But back to the video, back to what we're talking about. And again, I appreciate everyone out there who's been supporting the channel, and everyone who's new to the channel. Thank you again. I was gonna cop this shoe regardless of QC issues, no QC issues, or whatever. This is the first time this shoe has been released in OG form since 1989 with the Nike Air on the back. Yes, we've seen this shoe in 2006 and in 2012. Now, I didn't get the 2006, but I do have the 2012. And what most people are used to seeing is the color from the 2006 and the 2012. Now, yes, this color is a little bit different, and I'll get into that in a second. Now, my 2012 pair are beat up. They were in stores for a while. Heat, oxidized the sole, other issues and stuff like that. But this is the 2012 pair. Now, yes, you look at the color looks a lot different than what we got this year with these military 4s. Yes, the color you can see from the back is a lot lighter, and that's what was on the 2006 pair, was that lighter color that we're so used to, that so many people are used to. Now, I do remember the ones from 1989. I did not have a pair of those. I was only able to get the black and red, aka BRED, which everybody knows that now. My parents weren't gonna buy a whole bunch of shoes, of all those shoes. So I had Flight 89s and BREDs, black and reds. But what I do remember, the color is more like this than from the 2006 and 2012 pair. But everybody's crying, oh, it's not. But that's what we want. We want things closer to what it is. But at the end of the day, nobody's gonna be happy. If you make it closest to what the OG look like, some people are gonna be happy. If you make it look like what the retros look like, and that's another thing. Everybody's calling 06 and 2012 the OG. It's not OG. The original is the 1989, and that's the only one that can be the original, the OG. 2006, 2012 are retros. So that goes with other shoes too. When you call a shoe an OG, it's got to be the original release, not the retro release. I'm not mad at the color. I'm not mad at the shape. I'm not mad what they did, period, with this. I was going to cop this shoe regardless. This was more anticipated for me than it was with the BRED Reimagines. And, you know, this was at my top of my list before anything. This shoe was on the must cop. BRED's was on the maybe list. I ended up copying them. It's a good shoe. Again, you see the two colors. This is a lot lighter and that is a lot darker. You can see that from the wings too as well. The wings is a little bit different in color, as well as the shoe. The shoe says off-white on the box. And another thing about that, these are military blue. Mama call them military blue, so I'm gonna call them military blue. Nike says industrial blue, but I think they're doing that for PC purposes because they don't want to name something military blue. But on the box, it does say military blue and off-white. As far as the quality goes, compared to the BREDs, now I will say this. The one thing people don't realize about the BREDs is that the BREDs does have a coating on it with that tumbleness. That's like a coating. If you've seen videos, they've shown taking off that coating and it's like a fake tumbleness or whatever. But I will say this, there's a slight edge for the materials on the BREDs Reimagine versus these. Now at first, feel, like I said, there's a slight difference. I can tell, but at the same time too, neither one of them are, you know, great quality or whatever, but it's decent. It's good. That's not a problem for me or whatever. But at first feel, you can feel it. It's straight, but at the same time, it ain't that great. Just to be perfectly honest, at the same time. Now, as far as my pair is concerned, I looked it over and the quality of mine, I haven't seen any glue stains. I don't know if you guys can see anything. I haven't seen any issues, any bleeding or anything like that. It's got that herringbone traction on the bottom. No problems, no issues with the left side. I don't know if you guys can see anything. And as far as the mudguard is concerned, mudguard is a little bit lighter than previous models and stuff. So that's one thing. And it does have like a slight grayish, bluish, correct, like off-white tint to it. But again, that's not an issue for me. I'm straight with that. And one thing to note about this. So everybody's talking about the hang tags too. Why we didn't get the chain? Why would he get the chain? So they're doing this like the 89. So 89 did not come with the chain. It came with the plastic as well as this. So this is exactly how it did in 89. The chains came back out with a lot of the retros. And of course, you know, it came with the retros and you had the chain like this. BRED Reimagines came with the chain on there. And you're like, well, they did the plastic with the chain because it's a Reimagine. It's not supposed to be an OG, so to speak. They reimagined it. So the military blues are supposed to be like OG form. So that's why the plastic on there. But again, just with the shoe too, again, like I'm saying, we can't please everybody. Nobody can always be pleased with everything that happens with the release. Someone's going to be upset. It is what it is. It's either we buy it or we don't. We let it go, we let it pass, we let it sit, or whatever. Now, the sizing should be the same as before, and it should be the same as the reimagined that just came out. Again, you guys just saw me take it out the box. So I haven't had a chance to put them on, but I'm not gonna make a million videos on this shoe. It's not even necessary. I'm gonna make one more video talking about these as well as the other OGs with the Nike Air on the back, and I'll talk about the sizing on that. I got my true to size, so we're gonna run with that. And for right now, and again, like I said, if you talk to somebody, if you've already gotten a pair, let me know down in the comments below if you have, and let me know. At the end of the day, again, millions and millions of pairs, there's gonna be issues, there's gonna be problems. $215, yes, that's a lot of money, and yes, we should be getting, you know, what we paid for. But at the same time, like I said too in the beginning of the video, over a million pair, you're gonna have problems, you're gonna have issues. If you have something that's just egregious, where it's just so bad, of course, take it back, swap out, do whatever. And we don't have the money, at least I don't have the money to sit here and cop 3 or 4 or 5 pair of shoes just to get one good pair so you have something you can wear. Can't do that. You ordered online, you're lucky to get one. What can you do? So at the end of the day, like I said, I'm happy with what they did. Went back true to form OG, and I'm happy with it. I'm not mad at the color. I'm not mad at anything. That's just real talk. You know, everybody just whines and complains about everything, and I'm not trying to trash talk anybody or anything like that, but at some point you got to let some of it go, or either just don't buy it at all. But at the end of the day, if you like it, cool. If you don't want to deal with those QC issues, it's your choice. It's your money. You can do what you want to do with your money. But at the same time too, we got to expect a certain level of issues or quality when it comes to some of these GR releases, and especially when it reaches over a million pair. It is what it is. That's just how it is. Again, back in true OG form, from the shock drop. I know we got May 4th coming up. May the 4th be with you for the main drop. So, you know, stay tuned. I know Dick's Sporting Goods probably should be doing wristbands this week, so stay on top of that. Then next week it will be coming up, Finish Line, JD Sports will be doing exclusive access. But just stay tuned to all the raffles. If you hadn't got a dub, let me know if you got a dub down below in the comments for these shoes. Let me know your thoughts and opinion. I appreciate all support. Again, stay safe, stay blessed. Remember, you're never too old to drip. Stay blessed.